I don't believe this is a coincidence because every single bull market from Bitcoin, from the exact low to the exact bull market high, has been 1064 days here. Here you can see exactly from the low, exactly to the high, exactly from the low, exactly to the high. 1064 days every single time for the last 3 cycles. And also, in every single bear market from the exact high to the exact low here, it was 364 days. Then in the 2022/2023 bear market, it was also exactly 364 days till the exact bear market bottom. Is this once again something that is going to repeat? I personally will definitely take this in account here. And on today's update video, I am going to discuss this chart and basically tell you what, in my opinion, the best way to prepare right now for the next Bitcoin bear market is going to be here, because ultimately there are many signals that we are right now technically entering a Bitcoin bear market. And on today's update video, I want to discuss, of course, the imminent short term, what I am seeing over there. I want to discuss, of course, the Federal Reserve worst nightmare that is actually coming true right now here. I'm gonna discuss the Bitcoin price action on the imminent short term, what is going to be happening next over there, my trades I am interested in taking next year, and ultimately what is my bigger horizon on Bitcoin right now here. So don't forget to once again slap on that like button back above 1000 likes on today's update video. That will be just highly appreciated, obviously. And let me jump straight away into today's update video. And actually, if we're looking at the imminent short term, Bitcoin is still creating this ascending triangle and it's still yet to be breaking out. I've been discussing this pattern for weeks right now, and we can clearly see the top side is the resistance to break, and this top side resistance is exactly corresponding with the yearly opening candle for Bitcoin. And also, if we're looking at ETH, the yearly 2025 open candle is also exactly what is providing resistance over there, but also exactly the same for Bitcoin. So that is the level to be breaking above of. And in my opinion, if we can see that break above that yearly open, see the breakout of the ascending triangle towards the upside, we could be running it all the way up to about $107 to about $108,000. But if you want to be having even more information and stay up to date about the next trades I am personally going to be taking, don't forget to for sure join the VIP Telegram group using the second link in today's video description. And of course, sign up an account to WeX to get an insane 25% fee rebate and a 50% deposit bonus on your first deposit on the exchange here. So check it out in the first link and second link in today's video description. But let me continue further on in this video. And in today's intro of the video, I discussed, of course, the coincidence of the Bitcoin bull market and bear market dates. And in my opinion, it's not coincidence anymore here, because of course in the 2015 bear market low here to the exact high, it lasted 1064 days. Of course, we can see that happened also in the 2019 cycle, and it also happened in the 2023 cycle. And the bear market also exactly the same, from high to low, 364, 364. And the case is right now, is this once again going to repeat here? Because we have seen many signals that are showing us that this is once again repeating. First of all, we can see from the exact bear market low to the exact bull market high here, it has once again been 1064 days. So if this is the high, why wouldn't this 364 days also once again repeat here? And in my opinion, I would definitely always say I don't believe history is exactly going to repeat here, but I do think history often rhymes here. And if you're going to compare it towards this bear market in 2021, 2022, you saw, of course, is move towards the downside, slight recovery, and then a leg down here. So even though we created a higher low right here, still we ended up in creating a lower high and still make that move towards the downside. And I personally think something very similar is going to be yet again happening. Also, if you look at the RSI, the structure is also super similar on the market. Here you can see price action is creating a higher high and the RSI creating a significant lower high. Here you can see price action creating higher high, but RSI creating a lower high. So we're seeing massive loss of momentum getting created, first of all. And then we had that first initial dump. We create a higher low right here. Here also we create a higher low. Then on the RSI, we create an insane hidden bullish divergence, which we're also creating over here. Lower high on the RSI, lower high on the RSI, but higher low on the price action. And that is why we got this slight little relief rally towards the upside. But ultimately, it shows us there's not enough strength in the market, and we enter that bear market. And then we're just counting the days here before the 364 days are over. And personally, in my opinion, I just literally see a similar scenario play out right now here. I do think we're going to see some strength in the coming days here. I do think we can be running all the way up to about $107, maybe $105,000 for Bitcoin, and then see a slight little drop towards the downside again here. And don't get me wrong, I don't expect a very similar drop like here, because here we dropped for about 70 to 80% here to the bear market low. That is not what I'm expecting this time around here. I'm expecting more a 40 to 50% correction, maybe 60 in worst case, but worst case scenario in my opinion is going to be $50,000. And that is of course also something I mapped out in many previous videos here, because I discussed my heat map where I do think it's going to be a great time to accumulate Bitcoin. And like last bear market, I basically started to do a DCA strategy after the 300 days were over. So basically the last 100 days from off this area right here, I did daily DCA. And that is of course something I will be probably do again this time around here. So far I'm still sitting on cash here, and I do believe it would be stupid to ignore this fact here. I mean, I do see a lot of people that are still very bullish in this market. And personally, if Bitcoin is maybe going to turn it around, Bitcoin is going to be breaking above all-time highs, going to invalidate all these 4 years cycle signals, that will be absolutely amazing, because ultimately I'm still exposed to Bitcoin and would definitely benefit from it for sure. But if I'm going to be realistic and I also want to protect my wealth, and that is with all the money I'm currently making, I'm staying on the sidelines and not accumulating, because I do think it could get much, much worse here. So that is why I'm definitely prepared for a major bear market. And in the case we're going to be invalidating the case of the bear market, I will definitely take it. But as of for now, I do still think a relief rally is going to be very likely, but I ultimately will still take this signal and this basic structure in account here. And I do think that history is once again going to rhyme for Bitcoin. If you are interested in trading this Bitcoin bear market with me, don't forget to, of course, also check out the first link in today's video description on WeX. Because like I said earlier, they're giving away a 50% future bonus on your first deposit. So yeah, and it has to be a minimum deposit of 100 USDT. So check it out. It's definitely super valuable. And in my opinion, the best exchange to trade on. And I mean, we're creating a very interesting pattern that could be up for debate to be a good trade here. Because honestly, we're creating this ascending triangle. And whenever we see the breakout outside of this pattern, it could be a very interesting trade to be taking here. So Bitcoin is of course being a little bit more weaker in the last period in the market. We are of course seeing that for the first time in basically about 3.5 to 4 years, we have seen the super trend on the weekly time frame flip bearish. And yeah, the last time this happened was also the beginning of the Bitcoin bear market. So yeah, I do want to give this signal to everyone out there that it is looking quite dangerous in my opinion. Even though I am right now also saying that I think it's likely that we're going to be getting a push towards the upside. For me, what is going to be the best scenario is to basically try to short that lower high that we're going to create in the market. So that is, in my opinion, the best scenario. And let's say we're not going to get that relief rally and we're going to see another big dump towards the downside. I do think that from off the $70,000 region, we could get a very strong relief rally. So that is my expectation right now here. And since there's also still this big liquidity laying below us, I think it's going to be quite inevitable that ultimately we're going to be grabbing it. Maybe before pushing up towards the upside, or maybe before after touching the highs that we're going to be grabbing it again here. So no matter what, I still think we're going to be filling up this liquidity over here. So yes, these are my basic takes on Bitcoin right now here. I'm going to be prepared to trade Bitcoin to both directions. And ultimately, I'm going to be benefiting from volatility. But the thing is right now in the market for the last few days here, there's not been a lot of volatility. So I truly hope it's going to come here to allow me to open up some new trades here. And of course, to share it with you guys out there, not only here on YouTube, but also in the VP Telegram group here. And then for Ethereum, has been seeing a slight rejection on the ETH compared to BTC pair. It has been comparably very weak here compared to the last update Ethereum got here and how the price reacted towards it. It is, of course, sitting on $3,300 approximately. But ultimately, I do think that $3,600 is going to be the level of resistance for me to potentially open up a short position on ETH here. So that is my take right now here. I see a lot of people being extremely bullish, but I prefer to be rather a little bit more cautious. So yeah, that is my take on the market. Thanks so much for watching towards this amazing new update video. Subscribe to the channel and see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.